Hi everyone, welcome to another Walken news stream. It's the 9th of February already, which means that it's high time to have another meeting and to discuss all things Walken and everything that has happened and will happen, we hope, in the nearest future. Uh, for those who don't know, my name is Julia and I am Chief Marketing Officer at Walken. Today I'm thrilled to be your host and we will dive together into the latest happenings. And also, I have collected answers to your questions that you have posted on our Discord in the devoted channel for your feedback over the last 3 weeks. So today we're going to go over those questions and hopefully you will have your answer to your question. Right, before we get started, as always, if you haven't done it already, make sure to hit that subscribe button below and ring the bell so you could never miss another streams and latest Walking updates. Trust me, you won't want to miss that, and we're having in store for you today quite a lot of fun, as well as any other streams that are in the pipeline, for we always strive to make them as informative and as exciting for you. Plus, it's also a great opportunity to connect and to chat in real time. All right, now let's take a look at what's on our agenda for today. Oh, I've forgotten. Please let me know if you can hear me in the comments. Leave a plus or something so that I could see that the sound is satisfactory at least. I will wait for your comments and we'll go on. Um, so just not to have a silence over those 3 weeks that we haven't talked and that have passed since the last time. The updates were not huge in numbers, but definitely huge in meaning. So let's go over them just in case you've missed something. And we'll kick things off by discussing the long awaited release of Walken Blast game. And remember that your active participation makes these streams unique and makes them valuable. So do drop your comments and ideas during the stream, and I will be reading and responding to them. Maybe not quite in real time, but I will just allocate some time to go back and read what you comment. Good. So we've had Walk-in Blast, we've had fourth token burning, and we also have Fortune Wheel update. And today, if you have missed it, we have kicked off the Valentine's lottery. It's our lovely tradition to celebrate holidays together, and it is the second Valentine's Day. We actually get to celebrate with you guys. It's fantastic. And we have three type of boxes, as you have seen this many times already. Super, basic, and premium. The prices remain the same overall this time in walk-ins, and the item collection is completely unique. So these items haven't been in the game at all so far. And if you want to know what those items are, you can check our Twitter for some spoiler. We have published it, and we also will publish a picture of all the items from this collection, I believe somewhere tomorrow. So you can wait to make up your mind until then. Right, and let me check the comments. I've forgotten about it. Thank you. Thank you. I can see that the sound is good. Also, we will prepare a written recap of this stream, just for those who don't like watch YouTube streams, find them boring, or in case my English is not very well for your ears. So yeah, we will prepare a written version and we'll post it on Telegram and on Discord as well. So yeah. And of course, the stream will be recorded. So if you have some business or if you're watching us in recording, you already know that this is a recording. Good. So once we have covered all the updates, we will go to the Q&A session. Well, where I will be addressing your top questions and ideas that have been buzzing in our Discord channel. As I've said, I've gathered insights from the team and we'll be covering key topics, including fusion, NFT commissions, well, just a touch of it, and some peculiar ones like Walken API. And I will also give you a sneak peek into our plans for upcoming months. Um, so don't hold back, drop your comments, and let's make this stream as enjoyable as possible. Kicking off with the Castle Plus game. It was released, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around 2 weeks ago, and it is already set to become an all-time favorite game within the Q's ecosystem. And no wonder, for me, it's already my favorite game on the whole ecosystem because of its charming characters, absolutely adorable Catholic edition. If you have seen them, you know what I'm talking about. And please let me know which one is your favorite. My favorite is the ghost one. Super cute for me and challenging. Also, I, well, hate to admit, but sometimes I lose because of these little things and their ability to just disappear when I have one last blast. So yeah. And what else about the Walk-in Blast? In a nutshell, if you haven't seen it, the main gameplay is to collect a set number of catholics by hitting them with a lightning ball or a blaster charges, whatever you like them. Guess you have already seen it, but if you haven't, just don't waste your time. Go and download it now. And it is already integrated with the main Walken app, just like all the other Q's games. And this means that you can play and earn Walkens, Misberries, and so ever for your main goals in the Walken app. Right, what next? We keep working on the Cattle Blast. It's great. I think it's wonderful for the first release. We didn't have any major bugs, and when no one was banned for no reason, or the app didn't crash all the time, so it's quite a success. But we keep refining it, and for now, we're fixing a bug with an unknown error that just pops up accidentally and blocks the game completely. The only thing you can do is just to kill the app and restart it. We are in process of fixing that. And we will also just do some minor polishing releases for now. What will be next? I will be keeping you updated in next streams. Okay, so it's been not quite a long time, but it's been some time, and I'm very excited to hear your feedback about the game. How do you find it? Has it met your expectations? We have been waiting for so long, and it's finally here. So let me know in the comments, and I am checking the comments now. We have one. Blast is the best game for now, but it takes so much time that I cannot play blocks anymore. Yeah, it's called priorities. Uh, I absolutely agree. I also switched to Blast completely, but I think it's part of the game because this sense of novelty, the sense of excitement, this sense of diversity of variety is very important for gamers, and it's a one thing that makes the Q's ecosystem so great is it is that you can try different gameplays and you can switch between them and have fun because blocks will remain here and we hopefully will finally tackle that bug with progress, with the progress being lost, and when you just lose your progress completely and you cannot claim the reward. And some people, some players have reported this bug happening on, well, quite far along their journey, and it's very frustrating. And I understand how disappointing it is when you put a lot of effort into it and you spend your time, and now just you can't get what you have been working for so hard because of this bug. And uh, we are researching it. It's not an easy one, and it's not an obvious thing to reproduce and to detect, but we won't give up, and I hope that it will be fixed quite soon. Our engineers are on it for some time already, and we are continuing our efforts. So if you have faced this issue with blocks, that your progress was erased, just don't give up. We will find a solution. Just please give us some time, and thank you for your patience and for your understanding. In the meantime, you can play Blast. There isn't such an issue discovered there, and it won't be, because there are these two games are quite different in design. So hopefully we will avoid any major bugs with Walken Blast. Uh, yeah, some levels are pretty challenging. For me, it was level 108 and 111. I spent several tries to complete them, and actually had to ask for help from my husband. But eventually, yeah, it's fun. It's a lot of fun. Not even not taking into account the opportunity to earn some resources. The Blast is fun for itself, and I'm very proud for this game and for our team to have released it. Hope you will enjoy it for some time before, and next thing we will release something as exciting as and as rewarding as this game. Since I've mentioned Walken blogs, I think there might be a question about subscription to Walken blogs. We haven't forgotten it, and this feature is in the pipeline, and it has been developed. Actually, from the technical point of view, we are almost ready with it. So expect announcements in the, like, I don't know, some weeks time, maybe 2, maybe earlier. But Walken blog subscription is coming for sure, and I hope that it will come together with the fix of that bug with lost progress. So it will be lovely working on it. Thank you for your attention. Um, just let me check the comments once again. 2 things for me: getting the studio behind Speed Crime to fix the game, or just remove it. Yeah, thank you for this comment. I will pass it on, actually. It's well, it's no point to contradict this. There are certain problems with the walk-in speed crime, and we see it from the activity, from the statistics, that this game is not quite popular within the community, and not because it's like bad in itself, but because there are certain issues with the gameplay thing, with the bugs and so on. Yeah, you are right. In the current state, Walken block, oh sorry, not blocks, speed crime are not well. Uh, there are things to be improved in this game for sure. We'll keep you updated on the status of Walken speed crime so far. And yeah, thank you for mentioning it. It's a good point, actually. Sad but true. Hi, and welcome to the stream. Thank you for joining. I'm in the comments again. Um, Game is fun, it just needs to be fixed. Certainly, it does. And we have been collecting all the reports about speed crime and forwarding them to the studio behind it. And guys are working reportedly. So I'll keep you updated on their status. Actually, it's a nice topic. We have sort of forgotten a bit about Walken speed crime amidst all the events in Walken, with the Walken Blast released and all these preparations and development. Then Solana decided to take a day off, and yeah, but Walken speed crime is something to discuss and something to do. Something must be done about it. Thank you very much for your input. I will be actually taking some notes while we talk in order not to miss anything. So just let me put it down. Great. So moving on to the fortune wheel update, some nice, well, pretty small, but still some pleasant update that have been around for some time, since the fortune wheel hasn't much changed uh, during all this. I don't know how many, over a year. I believe we have introduced it in fall 2022, somewhere around them that time, and naturally it required some updates, and yeah, we have released it. Um, and what's peculiar about it is the increased rewards and the arrival of textile segment to the wheel. Now you can earn some textile for your crafting. uh, right, the loot boxes remain the same. um, yeah, so seems like a nice opportunity just to win good rewards for daily spinning. And remember that you can watch ad if you want to save your miceberries. Also a nice thing. Okay. Speaking about the queues, do you receive reports about golden chest turning into bronze chest in Runner? I have seen such reports myself, a couple of them. And as far as I know, they have been forwarded to the studio. We also partnering with game developers to build the Walk and Runner game, and yeah, something to be put down as well. Uh, Walk and Runner, yes. I will let you know if you are um, a member of our communities in Telegram or Discord, so you will see it. Uh, so many questions, guys. Let me do it this way. First, we'll discuss what's happening recently, and later on we'll move to your questions. Or I'm afraid it will be just a mess and difficult to follow. Uh, Actually, there isn't much to be discussed, and this is the fourth token burn that we completed. I'm not sure how long ago. Feels like just some days ago, actually. It was the 2nd of February, yeah, a week ago. So this time, the 10% of Cathletic Games pools collected in December were burned. That was 8.78 million tokens. And that announcement also came with an important note regarding the future of token burns and the need to reevaluate tokenomics strategy that was adopted in June last year. So we will do it, we will review it, we'll discuss internally, and later on we will let you know what is going to be done in face of market conditions and in face of what has become of token price and value over that time. I think you would agree that Walken today is not the Walken of summer 2023, and we need to keep up the pace and we need to adjust and to in order to go on to keep it up, and we definitely want to keep it going. We want walking to be stronger, more exciting, more fun, more enjoyable, and of course rewarding for our community, for early adopters, for players who have been with us through all these times, through ups and downs and everything. So yeah, um, right. So we will be closely monitoring what's happening, and we'll make decisions for further strategy. Yeah, stay tuned. I think I'm gonna say it for 50 times during the stream, but yeah, there are some things that I can just mention that they will happen or that they won't happen, but when exactly or what exactly, so far it's not ready yet, and I don't want to spread um, misinformation to not in order to not to confuse any miscommunication, so to say. So yeah, hope you understand it. Great. Okay, looking into the comments again. Mhm. All right, I can see that there are no comments regarding the things that we are discussing now, and to keep this session more or less consistent, let's move on to the questions part. And all right, I am opening the questions. I don't remember them by heart, of course. And those messages are quite long, and I will just save our time making them, well, compressing them in meaning, so to say, and reading the essence of it. And also, uh, yeah, okay, let us do it this way. First one is about non-NFT items and catholics in the game. So I have been seeing these inquiries quite for many times myself in the communities that some players share that they want to get rid of items or catholics without converting them into NFT status. And let's discuss it. So, so far, there is no solution for that. There is no mechanics plan to be implemented, and I will explain why. Uh, taking the crafting as the first thing to discuss is crafting, and this thing is completely uh, non-obligatory, so to say. It's up to you whether you want to craft or whether you don't want to craft. If you feel pressed to do it by the growing stock of textile, well, uh, still it's up to you to do it or not to do it. We are keeping the price of 500 walk-ins uh, the same, though it should be changed if we just do the math and recalculate it compared to the times where crafting was implemented. But the price is the same, and there are chances to get valuable things out of there, rare things, epic things. So it feels a bit unfair when you're asking to get rid of things that you don't use, and you don't want to get rid of things that you want to use. But unfortunately, it goes about the crafting and fusion and breeding and so on. It's part of the game to, uh, well, good things should be should have chances to be dropped. They are not guaranteed, and of course there are chances to get not that valuable something, not the best Catholic or not the best item. And well, to remove this part will remove the uh, game element and will also ruin economy in some way. I understand why you are inquiring about it, but so far we stand our grounds and well, every feature should have a problem or some pain to deal with. So if you asking for a way to get rid of the unused, unwanted non-NFTs, that then there should be some reason. I don't want it. It's understandable from the point of view of a player, but it's not something that uh, drives a feature to be built from the point of view of the project. So far, the way items, well, having hundreds of items in store doesn't require anything. It's for free. Items don't consume berries or anything, so you can just put it away in the wardrobe and forget about it if you don't want it. If you want to get rid of it anyway, mint it and then sell it, burn it, transfer it to another wallet, gift it to your friend, your whatever your relation, but it's not part of the game so far. Things may change. I never say never, but so far it is not. The same goes about fusion. Fusion is more understandable because it's kind of required for those who want to keep their rank quite high. And in this case, life hack for you: if you don't want to open that capsule, you can leave it, just leave it be. Your fusion will be done, and you won't have to think what to do with the Catholic you got out of fusion. Provided you don't want to check actually whether there is something valuable there, because uh, people do get legendary Catholics, people do get multi-gene good Catholics that are perfect for PvP, that are valuable on the marketplace, and it's worth minting them. So this cherry picking in terms of minting and getting rid of characters and items, it's just not an aspect that should be addressed in terms of gameplay mechanics for now. Okay. I'm sure there are some comments, so just let me check. It's a burning issue for many of you. So many comments. I asked on previous AMA and in Discord suggestion for a way to organize or filter the wardrobe. It's so hard with over 200 items and 60 Catholics and growing. Yeah, I agree. And actually, I'm very sorry, but I just had to repeat what I've said during the previous stream for this feature. It is a good one, and it is certainly a useful thing to have. We have players that have been with us from the beginning, and certainly their portfolio, so to say, is growing, and it's getting quite hard to navigate through all those things and characters, all the assets. So yeah, I believe even have some kind of design for it, but lack the hands and time to implement it just yet. Well, I think you've noticed that we've kind of slowed down just a bit for now. That's because, well, it's time for nasty colds and all sorts of diseases, and we have to just uh, uh, carry on with the hands we have. And people do get sick, and we have to a bit slow down for now. And also, there is such thing as a priorities. Certainly, some of days have higher priority, like tournaments, like St. Valentine's event. It can't wait, and wardrobe filters can. So, as much as we would like to make everything in one day, it is impossible. And I hate to say it, but I believe I will have to say it for some time that this feature is on the backlog and we will make it, but I'm afraid I don't know when. So, yeah. Why not partnering with Magic Eden and let people buy items or cast in Walken, like other games? That's a nice question. We have some experience with like um, NFT marketplaces, so to say, which are not the Walken app itself. Last year, if you remember, we've had a NFT Easter drop on Crypto.com, and yeah, the impact of that event wasn't extraordinary, and well, it is possible to do many things in this world, but it's also a good idea to start with the question, what for? What for should we partner with Magic Eden and sell cashlets outside of the marketplace? Um, for now, since the one only official place to trade Walken NFTs is right in the app, it's sort of anti-scam thing because we can tell for sure that what you're buying not in the app, you you're risking to buy some sort of scam, and we can never tell what is this Catholic because just the looks of this Catholic is doesn't make it the authentic Walken NFT. So we can separate definitely that what you buy in the app is ours, and what you acquire somewhere else. Well, there are questions, and yeah, list some collection dropped on Magic Eden sounds fantastic, but it's great to understand what for. Just to give another avenue for trading or something just. And once we have the reason and the aim, we can think of it in terms of priorities again. Because unfortunately, we can't do everything and at once. So please comment why you think that this Magic Eden um, listing, if I can say it so, would be beneficial for the project and for the community as well. I'm more interested about new Raspberry packs as well. Yeah, we have discussed it, but so far haven't decided on it completely. And it would be very grateful if you could specify which packs you like, because new Raspberry packs sounds quite intriguing. What do you mean? Do you just need different sizes, or you need what? Because well, I can't understand it just yet. I've heard suggestions to introduce 75,000 packs and something else, but I've forgotten which one. If this is the thing that you just need a sort of um, pack bigger than 50,000, 50,000, right? 50,000, and smaller than 100,000. Oh yeah, we can discuss it. But if we're talking about greater discount for those packs, so far it is not possible. It is not possible from the point of view of the economy, because 10% looks pretty small. Yeah, it's and it is for 100,000 pack, just 10%. But if we're looking on it uh, in the distance is the first thing, and also across all the users, all the players who purchase this, it results in millions of walk-ins, which later get paid for these miseries in duels and in Isle Clash. So it's a very fragile thing, and so far these discounts have been calculated to be sustainable and to be affordable for us, and well, uh, pretty attractive for players. It's at least it's something. 10% is better than nothing, right? So 20K with 12% discount. Uh, we have thought of it actually, and 12% discount. The idea was to introduce a special pack when we were launching the Isle Clash, and we have done the math, and it turned out that having 3 days of something around 20, oh, so sorry, 12 or 13% discount result in several million walk-ins to be paid out in duos and in these Isle Clash, which at that time wasn't affordable. But for now, I can't tell. But certainly the idea of increasing discounts for Miceberry packs, it's an obvious one, and this idea, well, this change would be uh, certainly um, will be positive among users. And so if one day we can do it, we can make it. So we will. I don't see why not, but so far it is not sustainable from the economy point of view. All right. Talking too much, maybe. We have already spent 40 minutes and have discussed only 2 questions. Add higher textile cost to eliminate the possibility of getting moths or getting better probability for items. No minting involved. Um, can you please explain what means higher textile cost? Do you mean the textile should drop more rarely, or the craft box should cost more? I sorry, I don't get it, so please. How are you going to how are you gonna keep and attract new players? I'm only doing duels based on habit. CG is over, duels profit is over. So what now? Thank you, Anne, for the comment. First of all, let's take a look at it. Before I get to the like players attraction part, I would like to ask you a few questions. Why CG are over for you and why dual profit is over for you? Because it seems like there is something wrong in the way you play. I haven't seen any player with rank 10 who wouldn't make profit in CGs. Yes, there might be days when your profit is 10% of the ticket price, but it is not a loss still. And the other day, it is 3 times as big as the ticket. you've paid to enter it. So yeah, would be great if you could comment on that. Also, for the duos, we have clan website. If you haven't seen it, it's I don't remember exactly how it is spelled, but you can find it in the communities, in the Telegram and wherever. And we have um, statistics. It's public. It's available to anyone who cares to have a look. And there you can find real-time statistics of real Walken players, clan members, their win rates, and their everything. And you can see that people do make profit. And since they are playing the same thing as you, the question is why they make profit and you don't. Uh, or maybe the profit you make profit, but is not what you expect to be making, or maybe you're still comparing Walken to the old PvE version that we have early. But Walken is quite different now. We're moving away from the play to earn. Uh, and well, sorry, what have I said? Move to earn. Move to earn. We are moving closer to the gamify, and it's quite a different story, and it requires times and skill. And actually, the Isle Clash mode was introduced exactly to serve as this skill-based mode in Walken. Unfortunately, it didn't landed well. We can see it now, but it's a great question why it didn't landed well. Because yes, there are certain issues with the technical side. There are bugs. For instance, Android players don't see their opponent's isle at the beginning of the isle clash, which is a disadvantage, and we will fix it in the next update. But it seems to me that the expectations were quite different. Well, I can suggest just that those who got disappointed with the islands, even without trying it, even without giving it a chance, were just expecting something like uh, money out of nowhere. And in the current state, there isn't going. It is not going to happen. We just can't afford it. Well, no one can afford just giving out money that's come out of nowhere. No money come out of nowhere, unfortunately. And our focus now, speaking of the plans for the future and for attracting new players, if you haven't seen our session with together with the founder of the project, Alexei, you can find it. It was somewhere late in December, December 28th, maybe. On this channel, it's recorded and it's saved. He talked about shifting the focus to attracting retail investors and to getting to increasing the token price. And it's obvious that if the token price is high, all players will benefit, especially those players who joined before this price pump happened. So speaking of the game mechanics, everything we do, every update we release, it's all about keeping things exciting for the players and actually giving you some things to do in the app. But I must admit that the good old story about PvE, walking to earn, cheating steps, and everything that was there in early days is over, and we're not going there anywhere anymore. And now we are focusing more on game mechanics and on PvP. We will be, I can't say refining, well, we will be updating Isle Clash um, because it's not perfect, unfortunately, and we'll give it a try to make it more interesting in terms of gameplay. We already have some feedback from communities, and they have proposed good features to implement, and we are reviewing them uh, to see whether we can do it, not in terms of technical implementation, but in terms of economy and in terms of potential cheating games. Yeah, and we will release tournaments, updated tournaments. I hope you have seen the spoiler we have shared in the Twitter and on Discord, maybe, but I'm not sure. But it certainly was on Twitter. And Isle tournaments are coming, 3 leaderboards. And also we are increasing the reward pool uh, in 10 times. So yeah, one thing that we're doing for now is also focusing on active players. Active players are not those who store hundreds of NFTs and just draining our CG pools, having no activity in the game. Active players are those who play PvP, who level up, who breed, who fuse, who have their rank, a decent rank, so to say, and well, just who spends time and puts in some effort to play. And for those players, we are going to introduce additional ways to have some profits, not skyrocket profit. We have never promised any skyrocket profit because, well, you know that these profits just can't happen out of the blue. It's a pyramid or something short term. And Walken has been around for almost 2 years. We are guys going to celebrate our birthday in March, March the 14th. Well, it's not quite birthday, but it's, well, guess it depends on what one calls a birthday. It's the day when the closed beta started almost 2 years ago. So yeah, certainly we have to adjust. We have to change our strategies, and it means change of gameplay, and it means that more effort is required to make profit. And well, it's also about your expectations. So yeah, just mining and just farming tokens is not the case that we're going to do. And we are producing features that cater for players who care to play, so to say, who care to uh, take time and think what makes those people in the clans dashboard win, and why you don't win, and what can you do about it. And then you just think if you're ready to do it, if you find it satisfactory, if you find it worth it, actually. And if you don't, well, it's sad, but there is nothing we can do about it. So it's just the game, and the gameplay is as is, so to say. Yeah, that was quite long, and I'm sorry for that, but I believe that I have covered several things just in one question. Moving on, um, a suggestion to show, add, or capture after 1000 duels to prevent Android players to use scripts to compete. Uh, thank you for this. Um, I've chatted with our CTO, and he said that we had one time capture in Walken. We have, if you remember it, it was in the old PvE era, and later we decided to remove it because it proved to be not that important as thought. So now about the duels, We have added the speed up button, which works much better than any scripts can do. And even if we admit or just uh, suppose that there are some scripts that compete in duos, duos require berries to participate, and those players who might use it, this kind of script, they still have to pay the berries to do it. So the system now is much more, um, well, much less sensitive to abuse than it was with the PvE, where when those players who used those bots who could just drain us. Well, not that completely, but yeah, the damage was sensible. But now it is all balanced with the entry tickets to the duos. So if you have some particular cases that you suspect the use of scripts or anything, you're welcome to report it to our support team or in communities, whatever way you prefer, and we will review it. Okay, the next thing is to make crafted loot boxes, and crafting as an action equal to purchasing a thing from the market to complete the daily quest. You know, there is such a daily quest. I believe it's called Shopaholic or something, to buy an item from the marketplace. And I believe that this suggestion is quite brilliant, and I don't understand how we didn't arrive at this ourselves. But yeah, we will make it. Uh, from the technical point of view, we have already done it, but it's not in the current version of the app. So I repeat, it is not released yet, but it's almost ready. And I believe that in the next updates or two, you will be able to complete the daily quest Shopaholic by crafting an item in as well as buying an item. So if you prefer to get some NFT, you can go to Marketplace and purchase it. If you don't care, or if you're not that into NFT status things, you can craft the loot box, get an item, and the quest will be completed. So this is a great suggestion. Thank you very much to that wonderful person who mentioned it. Offer additional rewards in Fortune Wheel if players spin 2 times each day and maintain a streak of like 500 days. Oh, 500 days is quite a lot. I'm not even sure that Fortune Wheel have existed for so long, but yeah, I understand the idea. Similar to the 500 place in Walken Runner that unlocks the ultimate chest. Sounds nice, but to me it sounds like more like well, what's the word? Achievement feature. Yeah, things that we have talked about several times, and achievements are also in our roadmap. We have updated it, by the way, somewhere. No, I believe last week, maybe this week. Well, anyway, it has been updated, and achievements are there. Uh, Again, with middle priority, middle to low, I would say. But your suggestion of fortune wheel streak, or even we can think of even something for the queues games to have achievements. Achievements are nice feature for any game to have. It's sort of motivating and also exciting to complete all these things and earn badges or whatever. Haven't thought about it yet, just in terms of the mm, framework that achievements should be introduced in Walken. Yeah. Um, okay. I have seen quite an interesting suggestion to introduce the marketplace for gems, uh, and a similarly exciting, so to say, one to convert gems into miceberries. Let me tell you why it is not the way to make a game, unfortunately. Um, when we started as a move to play game, steps were important for you to actually be able to do something in the game, where there were not so many catlets available and not that many resources, and you just had to walk around and earn your gems, level up your catlet, uh, go up the leagues and earn more. Now things remain pretty the same, and yeah, I know. I anticipate the comment about purchasing a cathlet being cheaper than actually leveling it up. Yeah, it might be true, but it's not actually a reason for gems to be exchanged to miceberries or to be sold on the marketplace. Marketplace is for NFT items and for berries that then converted into Walkens in PvP. Yeah, and gems are very easily abused, and doing so will just create another avenue for mining and for uh, draining the economy. And it's not something that we're building here. Though perfectly understandable from the point of view of players who have many gems, I I still don't understand what's the fuss about it because, well, you have many gems, but they don't require anything. Let them just be and keep enjoying your game. Even for the daily quests, if you complete daily quests, people find some ways to make it. Uh, I can share mine. I just purchase Catholic for fusion and level them up and then fuse. For me, it's part of the game, just an action. It's not about profit or loss, but yeah, I understand that many of players think otherwise. They just consider every action from the point of view of profit, and well, unfortunately, everything cannot be profitable. There are some cases when a game is just a game, and well, gems are not to be sold on the marketplace and not to be converted into miseberries in, well, I can't even imagine the future where it is would be possible, but never say never. Like I've said, sorry, my phone nearly fell down. Um, One last thing I would like to discuss in terms of the questions is the API suggestion. A person on Discord have written to offer an API that developers can use to access data from the game, which will allow things such as building separate mini games in the queues based on the Walken ecosystem, and so on. I will just spare your time reading this. And the thing is that we have built not an API, we have an SDK, and this SDK is shared to developers who reach out and who um, well, just reach out with their game suggestion and want to work together. To use the Cathlets, Walkens, or anything, API is not required. These things are on the blockchain, and if you're interested, you can just request it from the blockchain and get the information you need. As for the Qs ecosystem, as I've said, we have SDK. Why we have SDK and not API? Because APIs are less secure in terms of rewards, and rewards are money. And if you get abused in terms of money, it's pretty much the end of the story. So we are open for side game developers who want to publish their game titles under the Q's umbrella, but it will be using our SDK. Well, yeah, and if any of you is interested or know some people who are interested in building a game in the Q's, just reach out. Use the support email or the cooperation email, whatever you like. We're keeping an eye on everything and we'll be happy to cooperate. Right, and there is one small thing in this question about the API, about Cathlet winning rates, calculated per Cathlet instead of or on top of collective win rate. Yes, we have discussed it already, and answers varied from not at all to somewhere in the future, maybe. But this feature is still somewhere on the backlog with low priority. Why it is low? Because we don't really understand the necessity behind it. If someone wants to calculate the winning rates of their Catholics, they do it by the means of good old pen and paper method. It's not very convenient, yes, but there are Excel's, well, any statistics tools that help you make things easier. But to there are some questions how to calculate it actually. And actually, in light of the arrival of the Isle Clash, when you have a team that wins, how should be win rate calculated for these Catholics? Is it one win per each, or is it do only those Catholics who are in the winning pairs at the end of the clash? Should only they be giving 1 point as a win rate, or what? And speaking of the win rate criteria to be added to Catholics, just like athleticism or level and breed count and so on, it's not very informative because win rates are not fixed, are not guaranteed. And if some person had 65% win rate with this Catholic, it doesn't mean that the person who buys this Catholic from the marketplace will have the same win rate. So it will be just confusing, I think. And if you want to evaluate your Catholic performance, remember that it may vary as well, depending on the rivals you get, depending on the discipline you get. And yes, there is an element of luck in it, and we can't just ignore it. So, yeah, the problem that we are trying to solve with this is not really clear for us so far. If any of you could explain it, please do reach out. As I've said, everything could be built. We just need to prioritize and need to understand what we are doing and how it will benefit players and project alike. So, okay, I can feel your pressure, so to say, in the comments, and we're not having much time left. Can you then discontinue gems? They're pretty much useless anyway. If you would like, I can remove your gems from your account. Well, if it's such a bother for you, just leave your user ID and I will make them 0. Well, we've never actually said that there isn't going to be any utility for gems, especially with the introduction of daily step cap, which limited the amount of gems you can earn per day. And in this setup, and it could be discussed to add some other ways to utilize gems in the game, but it should be done pretty carefully, and we should make sure that those ways that you can use gems for are not directly related to earning. Well, yes, the answer is like that. Convert gems to berry. I have covered this, I believe, around 10 minutes ago, maybe not that much, but if you just scroll back or watch this in the recording, you will find this answer. What are you even talking about? People are asking for win rates on duels, not clashes. Oh, I have answered this as well. What for? Um, what do you want to do with this information? Today, one Catholic performs better, the other performs not that well. And if you want to know it, you can build your tables. You can just uh, write down 1 or 0 if the Catholic won or lose. It's not actually the high priority feature that should be built on the apps level. We have given you the total win rate in duos that actually is used for tournaments for leaderboards and can win you rewards. But in terms of individual Catholic winning rates, I have said it. It's not clear why. Well, maybe one day when we don't have anything to build, anything else to build, we will get back to this. But I believe that so far we have much more important things like Fusion update, like tournaments, and even the inventory filters seem to be much more helpful than this Catholic win rate. Right. Can you give us more concrete dates when you plan to integrate which feature? Yeah, right. Let's talk about plans for the nearest future. Unfortunately, I cannot give you any dates, but I can at least uh, outline the order of events we are going to make. First thing, we have launched the lottery. It is running now. And next update that you will see will include updated Fusion. What is the update, you would ask? We have been listening to your feedback about Fusion for quite a while, and it was obvious that you were expecting something more spicy out of this feature. But disclaimer, Fusion won't be profitable for everyone in 100% cases still, but we are updating it to in the following way. With every fusion completed, you will have a chance to get a Catholic with unique trait, those wonderful rainbow eyes. I'm not sure whether you are following our communities that close, but those of you who do, you have seen those eyes. They're animated, beautiful eyes, and the eyes won't be just for the sake of beauty. They will mean a very special status for this Catholic that uh, will enjoy extra benefits. I won't say which benefits, but I would say that these benefits would involve athletic games and PvP, both. And this trait won't be hereditary, and you won't get it from breeding. It will be exclusively for the fusion, and it will have a lifespan, so to say. Can I say so? It won't last forever, and will have a set amount of time that in which this Catholic will enjoy those rainbow eyes. Uh, I think it's time to show you something. We have a lovely video. Well, pretty small, but still. beautiful, showing a sneak peek into what these catlets would look like in duos. So just let us show it to you. Sorry for this delay, just getting the things ready. I haven't told anyone that I will request it now, so just have to wait. Let me check your comments. Oh, yeah, looks pretty fashionable. Uh, I, well, you didn't read my suggestion correctly. I meant not to convert in Miceberries, but in energy. Yeah, I'm sorry for that. That wasn't your. I didn't know who was the author of the suggestion. I blended several suggestions in one just to cover them all. In energy, well, that's interesting, actually. That could be discussed, I believe, but unfortunately, I'm not the person to discuss it. And I will just forward your suggestion to our game designers, and they will just decide whether it is worth it or not. So, yep. If you could, like, send your suggestion once again somewhere for me to find it, because I don't have like individual suggestions. I rather have uh, everything in one place. Similar suggestions, put it in one in order to cover as much as possible. So please help me find your suggestion. Um, any word on item set bonus? Yes, and unfortunately the same as for the last time. We have it, we have it calculated and we have it designed, and well, we haven't designed it yet in terms of actually showing during the game that you have been giving some kind of bonus based on your item set, but we have calculated it and we have built it on the back end, and yeah, it's almost ready. But I don't know when. Seems like it will happen after the fusion. Then will be the PvP updated. Then probably then somewhere around. And also we want to do something about the Isle Clash, possibly following the suggestions we had received from other communities. And well, we'll be keeping you updated about everything. And if you just tell us that you're not really into it, then it is possible to leave things as they are, but I believe that as they are, they're not very attractive for you either. So it's better to give a shot and try something else. Oh, one thing I've forgotten. We already have one set in action. I don't remember whether I've ever mentioned which set, but this set works already in duos, but you won't see it. Well, it works, but it's not indicated by any means on the UI side. So yeah, do you know which one? Or shall I tell you? Can we just add more PvP dual chest so that player participation doesn't drop off once they hit 500 battles? Yeah, exactly. It is exactly what we're going to do together with the PvP tournaments. I forgot to mention it, I think. But there is an update to milestones, and there will be another milestone following the third jar. Oh, yeah. And we also think to increase the amount of duos played required to get into the PvP win rate leaderboard. Now it's 100, and it's quite easy to abuse. So something needs to be done about that as well. Probably it will be an increase, and maybe the amount will be dynamic. So we'll see. So far, there hasn't been yet decided, and so I won't be talking about it much. Yep, right. That was the lucky pose set. So it works already. Okay, checking your comments. Okay. Okay. Right. What about harvesting berries with Ireland? Any news here? Unfortunately, no. Still, uh, these things like item sets, Isle Clash updates, Isle further development, it's all paused for now because we chosen to concentrate our effort on Fusion, these gorgeous rainbow-eyed cathlets, and PvP tournament. And milestones, pretty much actually. And it is developed at the same time. We have separate engineers working on these features to speed it up. And yeah, just let's deal with all these things one by one, because if we just start doing everything at the same time, we risk not releasing anything at all. And from what I see, you're quite eager to try something new, to have new updates, new features to elevate your experience. So yeah, we are working, and what can I tell for sure is that nothing is uh, deleted from our backlog. All the features that we have discussed today and in the previous streams are going to happen. Just might take some time. Um, I can't tell you what's the bonus for the Lucky Paw set. Let's make it kind of an intriguing element, but it works for your benefit, for the benefit of the player who wears it. But important thing to mention at this point, it's not a 100% weapon guaranteeing you a win, because PvP is a sensitive thing. If you have an advantage, that means that the person you're playing against has a disadvantage. So your advantage should be nice, but it shouldn't be invisible. Um, so yeah, something to um, investigate and to find out. Okay, time's ticking, and I think we should be wrapping up this session. Thank you very much for everyone who joined and for your comments. It was a real pleasure to talk to you today. Hope I managed to cover everything you wanted to hear. And sorry if my answers were not what you expected, but well, all questions are welcome anyway, and just know that you will receive the honest and I hope grounded answers to them. Keep posting your questions and keep playing Walken Blast. Thank you very much for staying with Walken and have a great Friday, have a great weekend, and good luck in the lottery. See you next time.